Hey, I'm back. Let's do this thing. I'm supposed to be playing a friend, so I'm gonna wait till my friend gets on. So we'll play a couple games. I know it's a little late. I had some extra work I had to do, so just gotta make sure everything's recording perfect. It is. Okay, I'll type in, see if my friend's on. Let's do a 15-minute. Okay. Wait a second. Let me make sure. Hold on. I gotta go back. Play a friend. Make sure. Casual. Okay, perfect. Standard. Real time. There we go. My friend's on right now. Let's do it. I thought we can just change it up a little bit. Do some games to start with. We'll see how we do here. Let's see, because we're going for the London. He's going for the French. So let's see how we do here. Do 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 do. Okay, you got to get an idea of what you want to do, too. You have to make sure that your ideas apply to what you're wanting to do. So we have to do that with ours. Okay, let's see. Huh. I'm going to play D3 because I like D3. I like the idea of attacking along here. You know, give it, even if this is played, that's fine. We can always retreat back, or we can retreat here. Doesn't really much bother us, because then we got Harry. We got Harry. Ooh, Bishop. Don't give it to him if you don't have to. Make him work for it. Remember that. You don't have to give your opponent. You don't have to surrender your bishop if you don't need to. Yeah, I mean, don't surrender if you don't have to. Weaken the position and then move in for the win. Just you gotta remember that stuff. Do not worry about remember, every weakness you can move in on. Like when this pawn was pushed, the weakness was here. Let's move in for the winning of a piece. Remember, sometimes it's a slight advantage that you get. Just a slight. Like, you know how this was open here, this weakness here? I checked, took a pawn, moved back. I don't mind if he checks, because I'll take back. Yep, that's what we do right here. It takes. And when this pawn was pushed here, guys, it didn't allow, yeah. So we'll take there. Then we take the knight. See, this push right here trapped the knight, so he wouldn't be able to go back. So be careful the moves that you play. You know what I mean? They all have drawbacks to them. Okay? Just make sure what you play benefits you. Like Bobby Fischer said this one thing. Jeremy Silman said, to take a square, you have to give a square. So to get a square, you have to give a square. So you have to be okay with giving a square to get something better. Like excuse me, my throat's a little croaky. I need to get a drink of water. Excuse me. Okay, dokie. There's a couple ideas I could take, and then he takes back. That'd be an interesting idea. I could push here. I could castle queenside if I wanted to at this moment. And even if he plays here, castle queenside, then I can always move. Yeah, I'm a castle queenside. I'm not really worried about this right here. Remember, the goal is to win. It's checkmate. Sometimes you have to take a risk to win. I didn't like opening up my position. My king was on the same file as a rook. That's not a wise idea. Same thing with a queen. If you have a queen on the same file as a rook, even though there's pieces between it, be very careful because you never know what'll happen. It might open up and you get a scary discovery check or a double check. Just be very careful of the move sequences you play. So just keep that in mind when you're playing. Alekhine once said this as well. You sometimes have to. What did he say? Oh, drat. Slipped my mind. Just give me a second. I'll think about it. Oh, got it. I think it's either Emmanuel Lasker or Alekhine said that I've got to remember which one's which. Who said this? That it's better for you to, if you see one move, see if there's another good move, because maybe the other good move is better than the one that you just think. And that applies to everything, even in life. Make sure that a decision that you make, it may affect your decision farther down the road, and you'll regret it. So just remember that. Gary wrote a book called How Chess Imitates Life, and truly, truly it does. Like here, I got to be careful about my bishop, because you never know what's going to happen. This bishop might have a problem. You have to always be careful. Yes, I'm up a piece and a pawn, but you could make a mistake, get a little bit complacent, or you can kind of have your mind drift. Ooh, interesting. Let me see. I like that move there. And see how I'm challenging? Every piece that I could trade down is one piece closer to victory. Sometimes you may be able, the player that you're playing might play a very critical error, and it's a tide turner. And so what you need to do at that point is you can win a game that way. See, if you if you know and you've perfected one or two openings, either for white or black, then you'll get to see the patterns in there. And patterns are really, really important when it comes, because in the French, there's only a certain amount of moves. Let me see. Here, 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 here. Okay. Do I want to do that? Yeah, well, I'll do that. And sometimes, let's just say you kind of have a foggy mind, which means you kind of lose focus, and the plan you thought was good kind of turns out not to be so good. Look for the worst developed piece and move it. And sometimes you'll be able to move it to a better square, and then it comes up with an idea. You pass the turn to the other player. The other player makes a move, and then you get to make a new idea. Like every move leaves something behind. Like now we're maneuvering into an end game, and I really like end games. You also you wanna make sure if it's a knight versus bishop, you wanna make sure that the knights don't have any points to land on, but you got to be careful that you don't weaken your positions too much that you lose the ability to infiltrate, and sometimes you can even lose a piece. But Jeremy Silman says that you can also take advantage of that. Sometimes, like if you accidentally lose a queen, you could be able to recover. Let's see here, here. It's Nikes. So it's got to think for just a sec, guys. I'm not too worried about any of that right now. Knight, and you should practice like Jeremy Silman says, knights and bishops. There's a knight and bishop mate, how to mate the king with a knight and bishop, and the king, bishop, and knight. And you may never see that mating pattern, but you get to see how unison they work together as a team. Let's see. Okay. Excuse me, pardon me. Something must have made me sneeze. Let's see. Let's see. How can I take advantage of this? This is like 3 knight. See, if you know how to do it, this is like 3 knight moves away. So I'd have to play here. Let me see. How can I do that? Because let me see. I'd have to play. Because I gotta get here. Or here. I can't get there, so I gotta get here. So that might be a little bit of time. Let's see. Here. 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 Huh. Interesting. Let's give that a shot. See if we can win that piece. Also, this may allot us to protect this pawn, protect the knight, and you never know what'll happen. You could, get an advantage. Like this knight stops this pawn from advancing, so. So now what we're doing is we're threatening here, and we're threatening here to win that. So one of these pieces is going to fall. Now I got a pass pawn. I have 2 passers. Remember the theory of 2 weaknesses, guys? this is the theory of two weaknesses right here. I have a 4 versus 2, and then an outside pass pawn, which the king's going to have to worry about this. Just keep that in mind when you're able to do things. Keep the theory of two weaknesses in mind. So he had to give up a knight to win that pawn, which then allows me to move in and win. So you got to keep the king away from, yeah, so you want to move in. You do not want to let the king have any space to come in. Not one bit. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I want to play in there because I want to check here and get some stuff going. So I'm going to check here. Check there. Move my king in. Move for 2 pass pawns, connected ones this time. So we need to play a check here. Move the king up. Block the pawns from moving. Now the only move he can do is his king, and that'll this basically is game here. Probably could have played here, which might have been better now that I think about it, because then it would have stopped that. But this knight prevents any infiltration. But I truly believe that moving here probably with my king was actually a better idea, because that would have shouldered his king away off to the side. This allowed activity to come into being. Let's see, I think he's got, even though he's got to move here, he's got to move there. So I think we still, it is not. Let's see. Gotta be careful not to stalemate. I'll do one more because I'm getting a little tired. I'm gonna do my best to play for you guys. I've been trying to work on my French defense to see how I can do better. And so this isn't the French, this is something different. But I'm really trying to get better for you guys so I can teach you. Let's bring our rook to the same file as the queen. Remember what we said about that? We have to take in consideration the queen on this long diagonal or long file right here. So just remember, now we're playing on that, and there's a whole bunch that could come down, and we could actually win this, get some points quick and fast in this game. Remember, discoveries could actually land a victory here. See how the rook coming here was huge from here to here? That was a devastating attack. Let's see. What do I want to play here? I think probably I'll play there. Then I'll give a check. I think I'll take at this point because I don't want any issues with pieces. This also stops the infiltration of the knights, so we're doing really good here, guys. This should be winning if we just play it properly. We just got to play it smart. So remember, take advantage of every weakness that you could find. Yeah, like he saw that this was a weakness. And so what we're going to do now is attack the bishop. Now we're going to move our bishop in. The more we trade down, the better we get for our win. I know we probably could have probably won somewhere else, but I just wanted to simplify it down to a winning game. Sometimes you could do flashy moves, but I don't really think it's wise sometimes. Remember, take advantage of everything that you can. Yeah, after this one, guys, I'm going to have to call a wrap. It's been a humongous day at work. But I wanted to get on, spend some time with you guys. Remember, there's checks, and then there's wins and everything. So we want to go for a win. We could check here, but then that allows some counterplay, which you can move. Why not just win the whole house if you can? Interesting. And sorry I got to cut it off a little early tonight, guys. I appreciate your patience and stuff. So remember, as Wesley So says, serve the Lord Jesus. And as I say, guys, God bless. And I will see you next time on Chess Cruncher TV, and we'll get a lot more stuff done. And as well, remember that I have a site on YouTube. It's called Capital Chess and then Capital Cruncher, and I think they're either together or separate. And we have all these tapes on there. Okay, so if you want to do that, remember, God bless. And so go to that thing. Bye bye, guys.